been using these two quite a bit on my channel. Well, no, not even on my channel. Oh my gosh. I just been using these two quite a bit. This is the Matte2 palette. Have to say, I'm really enjoying this palette right here. I'm gonna say this again, I said this in another video. If you are looking for a cheap alternative to the Tarte Pro palette, get this right here. It doesn't have the shimmery colors, it doesn't have all the colors, but it does have some colors that are very favorable in between. And I think this is just an awesome way to add this to your collection. This is only 10 bucks versus spending 50 something dollars. Yeah, all right. And then of course, getting on this Kathleen Lights is back in stock. This palette here is just beautiful. It works beautiful. I have no complaints. I think in between these two right here, I really feel like you accomplish what and I'm gonna say it, you're gonna accomplish what the Tarte Pro palette would accomplish. Like, these colors are just beautiful. They're beautiful, they're pigmented, they work great. I'm gonna get into this tutorial with creating another look because I actually use this to do like everyday looks to go to work. So yeah, this is just awesome. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna stop talking now. Let's get into this video. I'm gonna start out with the Pro Studio from BH Cosmetics, and this is in the color Ebony. I'm actually going to start off by moisturizing my lips with this 100% pure Jamaican castor oil. Now, I do want to say this, if this stuff does make your hair grow, so if you have issues with your upper hair lip, you might not want to use this. I'm just letting you know. But this is great to put on your eyelashes, like say before you go to bed, you want to rub them in your eyebrows. You know, I usually like to try to exfoliate my eyebrow area so I can break up the skin and get this to penetrate more. Put that there and then rub it on my eyes as well. So I figured it would be great for my lips. So I've been using it on my lips before like I get ready to do my makeup. So by the time I get ready to do my makeup, it's, you know, already absorbed in. So I want to say, if you're doing your brows, you should always have some kind of brush in your kit that's like really thin, like this right here, so you can really create those hair-like strokes in the front, like right here, like, you know, lightly stroke them so you can create the little hair and follow your hair. Don't just streak it up, like actually, you know, also follow the shape of your hair so it can go in that direction as well. I still love the e.l.f. I will say that because I use that to go to work as well, even though it's a slightly different shade. And I feel like now, since I opened a jar, it has dried up just a little bit, enough to have a less pasty consistency. I felt like it was so soft, so I feel like it's not as soft, or maybe because I'm using a different brush, I don't know. Like, it's behaving better. That's all I gotta say. They're both amazing. And just lightly brush through. You don't have to brush too hard. And I'm just repeatedly brushing up front so I can get this to lighten up towards the tip. And to conceal, I'm going to be using this e.l.f. HD concealer. It's in medium, and I love using this to conceal my eyebrows. So just anything I feel like I need to kind of match the color of my skin, I feel like this helps to accomplish that. And just so y'all know, I'll leave the product links down below for the items that I use in this video. And I just love the way it just cleans everything up, and it makes it just look more polished. Alright, and I'm just using this wide angle brush here. It's from, I think, the Cream Shop. Yeah, it's from the Cream Shop. It makes doing your eyebrows so much more quicker, even doing the under eye area, cleaning up with concealer. So I'm all about things being done more conveniently, but I mean, you work with what you got, you know what I mean? Like, not to say that whatever you have, it won't work. It's just, sometimes it's just nice to have those things that actually just do work, and it just makes life so much more easier. All right, bam. Now you can still use that to go ahead and prime your lids as well, but I'm gonna be using this here. I actually started using this a couple of days ago when I was like, you know what, I need to find something to do with this because I don't necessarily like using it under my under eye area. It's not to say I don't like the product, but it's just not the first thing I reached for. It's just not. And I was like, you know what, it's in a stick form. This is gonna be so much easier. I was like, let me test this out as a primer. And I wanna say, because I love cream primers, this is point blank dot period. Like, that's what I like. And I tried this, and when I say my eyeshadow was still on point at the end of the day, it was still on point. And that's like an almost 12-hour day. Getting home and my eyeshadow is like still there in the same place. not creased. Like, but I think you need to realize too is with the whole entire creasing thing is to also make sure you set this. If you're not setting this, you're gonna have creasing issues, even with the, you know, concealer, you know, using the concealer as a base. So something to think about. And one of my second favorite brushes now, I actually got this from on Amazon. I'm gonna post a link down below. I think I spent like less than $5 on this. This is perfect to set your under eye area, perfect to set this whole area super quick. All right, and then I'm gonna be using this pressed powder from Black Radiance. It's in Honey Amber. And honestly, I started doing this the same time I decided to use the cream because I was just trying to find something that was just much easier to just go ahead and set everything. And I didn't have my setting powder on me right in front of me in the bathroom. And the same way you do with your under eye area, you know, with patting it, I will probably go ahead and recommend that as well, and lean your head back to make sure you get in that crease area so it's all set. All right, and honestly, this is a color that I really couldn't use on my face because when I bought it to test it out, I was like, oh no, it's too cool of a tone for my skin tone, but it doesn't mean that I still can't use it. All right, and then when you're done with that, you can just wipe your brush off on a towel. Hey, no point in leaving it dirty, so you can reuse it next time for whatever you're gonna use it for. All right, and to start off, I'm gonna use this color right here. And we're gonna start working it in the crease area and above the crease. So if you have, you know, hooded lids, or, you know, you just have a fold that you wanna go over so it gives you more eyelid space. In my case, I need to give myself more eyelid space, so I'm gonna be going over my fold. So if you just lean back, you should be able to see your eye socket where it starts. And then I like to make sure I bring the color all the way to the nose area. And you can just bring that color on up, fade it on up, what's left on the brush. Okay, and let me add some of that color on the bottom as well. I'm starting to get in this habit where I just want to knock out the whole look all together, and then you can always fade and blend after you put your foundation on, just a little bit more. And this is to ensure that this really sticks on, because if you're expecting your eyeshadow on the top to stick on, in order to get the bottom to stick on, you need to apply something there too. All right, and I'm gonna go right back to this. And you can probably use a smaller brush, but you know, I'm just gonna fade that out. So we don't have any issues. And look up when you're setting it. And this is a nice base transition color to start with too, all depending on your skin tone. And I'm just patting it on because I'm really not trying to get a whole bunch of eyeshadow in my eye at the moment, or period. And this is to make sure that you start creating that cat eye look. So I feel like it's just easier anyway for me. I'm gonna go ahead and use this right here from NYC. It's a Kajal eyeliner. Make sure you smoke this in your lashes as well. I'm gonna switch over to this flat top brush. I feel it'll just be a lot easier to really get that color underneath there, and of course to help smoke out the black liner, because you really need something that's a little bit more on the firm side. Even if you have a smudger brush, I feel like that'll be great too. All right, and I'm gonna wipe off the residue on this towel and then get back to the eyeshadow. Same one, we're using the second color in the palette, and you can pat it on and then smudge it. And if you want to, you can flick this up while you at it. Also help you to start figuring out where your outer corner is gonna be, so you can start creating your look. So, but I'm trying to give myself more of a fleeky cat eye look. All right, let's go to the third color in this palette. And I'm just gonna use this to blend and smoke it out, because I think we're dark enough down here. The outer corner, I'm gonna go ahead and use the third shade and also the last shade. I think one of the cool things about using makeup is to get creative. It's kind of like a painter. A painter isn't gonna be like, oh, I don't have this one shade, so I'm just gonna stop and not continue to move forward. You know what I mean? Like, no, you mix them. And it's kind of the same concept here. You mix them to get the look you're going for. All right, in this color, I'm only gonna focus it in the crease and the outer corner only. I'm not gonna come all up over in this area. You can bring some of it down below as well, so you can make sure that you're kind of just bringing it all together. Alright, and I'm going to focus more of the dark brown color at the end only, just on the outer corner, just to kind of deepen that just a little bit more, because I don't want the under part of the eye, the lower lash line, to be so much more darker than this area. But don't bring this in too much, because you don't want to limit your eyelid color. You know how much space you're going to have, then that's really going to make your eyes look smaller. Unless you have really large eyelids and then you really want to trim down eye looks, then yes, that's cool. you can do that. You can bring in more of this dark color in and lessen how much color you put on your eyelids. For this next one, you want to pick up any kind of flat brush that you have to really pack the color on. And if you want to add more intensity to this eyeshadow, you know, make sure you can wet it a little bit. Use your setting spray or glycerin spray, whatever it is you have. And I'm going just a little bit above my fold. All right, and then I'm gonna use this e.l.f. highlighter. It's one of the newer highlighters. It's called Sunset Glow. And it's just a little bit brighter. That was all I needed, something just a little bit brighter. And you know what? Honestly, we probably could have mixed the first color in that palette with this color on the lid to really give that more of a pop. And I'm gonna go back and try that with the other eye just so we can, you know, you can see. Because if you don't have this, I don't want you thinking, oh, I gotta go run out and get this or whatever. There we go. I'm just gonna blend that and just open this up just a little bit more. Up, there you go. Oh my gosh, and I want to dare say this almost looks like the same color. So there you go. You're trying to accomplish that, a lighter look, just mix the two. Then I'm going to go back to the first brush. There's nothing on it. I'm just going to use that to blend out the edges. I'm just going to use this to blend out the edges because I want to leave any harsh marks on here. And honestly, that goes to show you could most likely use this palette right here as a highlighter as well. Use the eyeshadow and just, you know, blend it out. I would preferably probably go ahead and wet your face first with some kind of setting spray or moisturizing spray and then apply it on. I realized it looks so much more natural than it does just trying to put it on dry, and then I feel like the specks cling to certain areas versus just melting in with the liquid and blending it a little bit more, or even just, you know, applying it to the brush and then spritzing it real quick and then applying it on. Either way, I feel like that just does so much better. All right, I'm just gonna line my eyes and I'm going to be using this Black Radiance Fine Line Liquid. I already did a review on this. It is by far the best drugstore liquid eyeliner that is matte that I've ever used. That period. All right, and then for the outer corner, I would definitely always recommend using some kind of smaller tipped brush to really get in there and not mess up the line of the eyeliner. So I'm gonna go back to that dark brown, the darkest brown in the e.l.f. palette to just really darken in this corner and shape the eye a little bit more. Like I said, this will give you more control. And this brush here is the e.l.f. Smudger brush. It's one of the newer ones it just came out with the clear handle. And this is also great for smudging out the lower lash line as well. Because I feel like when you get brushes, you need to get brushes that really do multiple things, not just one. And honestly, I think this is the key here. I think if you do any makeup look, even if it's a lighter color, you need to be doing this to make sure you shape your eye. If you put eyeliner on, I have to say that. I feel like this really helps to like tie in the whole entire look. All right, and then you can go back and make sure you smudge it in and fade it up so it doesn't look harsh. And you can get a smaller blending brush if you'd like. This is just what I got so far. Of course, then if you get any color on the eyeliner, just go back over it with the eyeliner. And I'm gonna start off with curling my eyelashes first. Maybelline, the Colossal Big Shot Volume Express. All right, and then for the lips, I'm gonna go ahead and apply this color Icon from Wet n Wild in the color Chestnut. And along with that, I'm also gonna be using this BH Cosmetics Luxe Lacquer, and this is in Colombian Coffee. And I have to say, this has become like my new favorite lip product to apply on because it's a perfect mix between a lipstick and a lip gloss. So it's like you can have that moist look, but you don't have to worry about it sliding all around like it would if you applied a lip gloss, and that's my favorite part about it. And it's super, super pigmented. So this color in particular from Wet n Wild is extremely creamy. They have a few that are really, really creamy, and then they have a few that are more on the dry side. So I think it's kind of like a hit or miss, but this chestnut color is definitely on point. That and the brandy wine. All right, so this is how this makeup look turned out. Anyway, I was glad I got a chance to do something just a little bit different with this palette. You know what? I have to say this repeatedly over and over. These two palettes right here have continued to surprised me. I think they're more than worth it to have this, especially if you're somebody on a budget. But not just if you're on a budget, just, yes, you know what, whatever. Every girl should be on a budget and keeping an eye on how much they spend. But I feel like you can create so many different kind of looks with this. I know the first review I did on it, I was like, oh, it's great for, you know, fall, because I was looking at the dark green and the burgundy color. But overall, looking at it, you could use this any time of the year. Look at this eye look. You just get the right lip color and you're good to go. If you're looking for multiple crease colors other than something neutral, or just even if you don't have a lot of matte tones, this is the palette to go with. I'm not crazy about Morphe brushes matte versions of their eyeshadow palettes, but this right here, I feel like e.l.f. did a stupendous job putting this together. They did a great job, because I remember some of my first e.l.f. palettes that I got. I had two. I had the little black book and another one that was like the 50-piece makeup artist one. e.l.f. has come a long way since then. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, definitely make sure to go ahead and click on the subscribe button down below so you can receive updates straight to your phone when I upload a new video. Anyway, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye. I'm ready for you, 2017. I think, I hope, I pray, I am, yes.